Hello, I'm back. I think I always start these videos lately with remember me, finding Elizabeth, blah 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 blah. So here's what's going on. First of all, I hope everybody's doing well. If you've been around here for a while, you know that I started this YouTube channel as a way to document my weight loss surgery process. To give some perspective for those who don't know me, I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy let's see if I can remember this, in April of 2014. I was 48 years old and I weighed 402 pounds. My lowest weight loss surgery, post weight loss surgery weight was about 18 months in, and I think I was 198.8 pounds. Years passed, COVID happened. Regain is just a part of weight loss surgery. It just is. We all know that now. I think even though many of us thought that's not going to happen to us, that's not going to happen to us. And my weight had gotten up to about 260 pounds. So I had gained back 60 pounds. No, I only stayed at 198 for like 5 seconds, but lived around 205 to 208 for a long time. So also in December of 2020, I had plastic surgery. I had an extended abdominoplasty with muscle repair, a torsoplasty, and a breast lift and implants. Best thing I've ever did. Even though I think I probably weighed about 220 pounds at the time, and everybody was like, you have to be at your lowest weight. I was very lucky that Dr. Weiner told me to stop worrying about that and just go do it, because that was really life-changing for me. About 3 years ago, I started taking GLP-1s. I started with Ozempic. Then I went to Manjaro, and then I've been on Zepbound for about the last 18 months. So the first about 2 years of GLP-1s, it was very on and off again because there were a lot of shortages. You couldn't get them. Sometimes I couldn't afford them because I had to pay out of pocket for them, etc. But for the last, since May of 2024, I have been on Zepbound consistently every week. And shocker to shocker to shocker, I now weigh 187 pounds. So that's almost 12 years. Well, it's 11 years and a few months past weight loss surgery. And I think that's like a 220-pound weight loss. And in one form or another, I've kept it off for, you know, 9.5 years. So that's pretty incredible. So that was a very important chapter of my life. I mean, weight loss surgery really did change my life in many ways. And it was the catalyst for so many other changes. Now I'm going to be 60 next year. I can't. I don't know. I just can't. But it's happening and I'm embracing it. And in all honesty, I feel like I look better, I look younger, and I am infinitely a more fully developed person than I was at 50. So go team. But I think I want to come back to YouTube, but I sort of need you guys to tell me, is YouTube still a thing? Is anybody watching this? Tell me if you're watching. Or do you prefer shorter content on TikTok or YouTube Shorts? And I got to get used to the flow of this. I don't have it down yet. So I want to start a new journey on here. I originally, when I was making weight loss surgery videos, my Instagram tag was bariatric badass. And a long time ago, maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, I changed it to bless and release baby. But that was really around the time that I stopped making consistent content. And the basis of that is the idea that really stuck with me through through this whole journey and all the things I learned during the weight loss crazy time. Anybody experience that? You don't know what that was like? Uh, I heard Marianne Williamson talk about blessing and releasing. So the idea was whatever it is, however horrible it is, however much you hate this person, can't forgive that person. You got to bless it. Say, it did something for me, whatever it was. You got to bless that it happened, and you have to release it into the universe so that you're not still carrying around the mental weight of all that stuff. And so that's where I came up with that name. And over the past couple of weeks, because of some things that are just happening in my life, I've been thinking a lot about what not only having weight loss surgery and losing weight has given me, but also the relationships that I developed as part of this YouTube channel helped create for me friendships at a depth that I had never had. I also had a lot of therapy, did a lot of things. Um, but we have two people in our family right now who are terminally ill, and one on each side of the family. And there was like this past weekend, I spent the weekend at my stepfather's house. And he's my ex-stepfather. He hasn't been married to my mom in like 30 years. But he's my brother, so I'm close to. He's their father. They were born when I was 15 and 18. And we all came together with a lot of extended family, and we were at my stepfather's house. And, he is fighting the good fight, and I hope he will be around for a very long time to come. I mean, his strength is increasing every single day. But what was so amazing about this weekend was that even though we were gathered together in a particularly sad time, it wasn't sad. It was full of laughter and joy and hope. And I'm going to get teary. It made my heart so full to be there and experience that. And on the way home, I was thinking about a conversation that um, that I wanted to have with another member of the family. I've gotten much better about trying to protect other people's privacy than I was 10 years ago, where I felt like I wanted this person to realize what they were missing by sort of standing back from being engaged with people in our family. And I realized as I was trying to think about what this conversation was going to be, I thought back and I was like, well, I never had this kind of relationship with my family until I was 50 because I was so driven. I was so full of fear and anxiety and felt like I didn't belong or I wasn't worthy or all the things. And not just because of weight loss, but because of a million other things that have happened since then. I know that I'm all those things, that I am worthy, that it is not scary to be around family and close friends, that I can be vulnerable and I can show my joy and I can live in that space. But I would have never gotten there without weight loss surgery. It's kind of crazy when I sort of started to think about that because I thought, who was I when I was this person's age in terms of how I related to family? And I was exactly the same way because I was terrified and I felt like I didn't belong. And it has been this last 10 years that's given me a real sense of who I am, where I fit, what I like, and all the things. And it has really created what I consider to be, I mean, it's not even a midlife journey. I'm going to be 60. It's a two-thirds journey, right? But it's created this life for me that I really love. I have great relationships. I have a great job. I have and it's the relationships. It's the people that you are with that when you allow yourself to be open, but it took a long way for me to get there. And during that process, I had to bless and release a lot of things. So I'm going to change my Finding Elizabeth tag to, or whatever it is called, whatever, my channel name to Bless and Release Baby, which is also my Instagram. And I want to try to start coming back on a more regular basis and talk about what I'm learning in this next two-thirds. What I took from the person I was at 402 pounds, where I'm at now at 186 or 7 pounds, doesn't matter what the weight is. It's the distance and the person who I've become through that process. And I want to talk about that with you all. So I hope you're interested. If you are, tell me. and tell me, let me know what's going on. Show me you're here. Let me know what vehicle you would like to communicate on. And I hope that I will be back weekly with something real, something authentic, and something worth reflecting on. So I'm going to end this video with a couple things. I'm going to bless something. I'm going to release something so I can do something else. So I'm going to bless the version of me that needed a before and after. I'm going to release the pressure to keep proving my progress through my weight so I can finally live a life that is measured in joy and not in pounds. So that's what I'm going to do. And here's something just to think about, or if you want to put it in the comments. What's something that you've outgrown but still feel pressure to explain or justify? What would it feel like to be the real version of yourself and release the need of proving who you are now? I mean, I still fight that, but it's something that I'm really interested in exploring. So I'd like to hear what your thoughts are about that. So we're not going to hear weights anymore on this channel. We're going to hear thoughts and feelings and hopefully create a new community. So that's it. Glad to see you guys. Let me know you're here. Talk to you later. Oh, what did I used to? Oh, we got to come up with a new ending saying because I used to say, you ate a bagel, you didn't eat a baby, or something like that. That used to be the end because I wanted people to be more forgiving of themselves about the fact because people were so hard on themselves during the weight loss surgery process. Oh my God, I ate a bagel, my life is over. No, eating a bagel is not a moral failure. But help me come up with a new tagline to end these now that we're going in a different direction than talking about eating bagels, okay? All right. Love you all and miss you so much.